This is All Ears with JP Finlay.
Look at that throw. Jayden Daniels, Traylon Burks, touchdown. That is a bomb right there, folks, over the heads of the Miami Dolphins. And then look at this defense from Amik Robertson. What an impressive effort by the Washington Commanders against the Miami Dolphins in joint practices. Joint practices have taken over for preseason games. Coaches like them way more. How about that? Some brotherly love. Chris Paul and Patrick Paul. Of course, Patrick plays for the Dolphins. Chris plays for the Commanders. Got to enjoy seeing each other. Dan Quinn chopping it up with all the coaches he knows. You might recognize that guy in the shades right there. Former Washington defensive coordinator Joe Barry. It was a very good day for the Burgundy and Gold in Ashburn as they hosted the Miami Dolphins for joint practices. What up, everybody? I am JP Finlay. This is All Ears. It's obviously been a busy couple of weeks to start training camp, but things really culminated on Wednesday when Miami came out to Ashburn for a long series of joint practices. They probably went about 2 hours. It was a high spirit, high energy, and I got to tell you the truth, Washington pretty much dominated in these joint practices. Why do coaches like the joint practices more? One, they get to control everything. The drills, there's no live tackling. Two, the starters are on the field. That means Jayden Daniels, Terry McLaurin, Odafe Oweh. Everybody plays. They get a lot of good work, and everybody stays upright for the most part. Listen, the offense looked really good. Jayden Daniels looked fantastic. But let's get right into what I'm hearing because the defense of the Burgundy and Gold was flying to the football.
A lot of energy and just going in with another opponent and just really to see where we at as a team. And, man, we was flying today, right? Everything that we talked about in the meetings room, and we're bringing it to life on the field.
I believe as a defense, wholeheartedly, we did an amazing job. We were shutting them down. We was able to play the way the standards we have set.
Yeah, for sure, man. The energy was right, and it all starts with that energy, man. I thought we did a good job of leaning on each other today, and we always talk about brotherhood, man, and it showed big time today. The love for each other showed today.
A lot of energy. Came out there with some swagger, passion, but like I told the guys, bro, everything we did out there, we knew we was going to do. That just got to be the mindset. Anybody that's stepping to this side, they don't belong on the field with us. So I feel like we came out with a lot of energy, and we played together as one today.
Swagger, passion, energy. That's exactly how that Washington defense played against the Dolphins. Now, let's be clear. The Dolphins do not come to Washington expected to be one of the best teams in the NFL. They're probably among the worst teams if you look at what Las Vegas is expecting for the upcoming season. But Washington did what they're supposed to do. They went out and they controlled things, especially at the line of scrimmage. The Washington defensive line was all over Dolphins quarterback Malik Willis. Now, speaking of quarterbacks, this was the first time we got to talk to Jayden Daniels in a couple of weeks. And Jayden Daniels opened up about some of his new weapons, a rookie and a very distinguished veteran.
It's awesome. Just his feeling for space. He's a dog. He goes out and makes plays. He brings energy. He's a leader. So I'm super happy to have Stefon in that room, not just for the offense, but just for the whole team in general.
Ask about another receiver. Antonio had a nice touchdown catch, one of those first team periods. How has that connection grown so far throughout camp?
It's been good, man. Like I said, he's super eager to learn. He's like a little brother. So, he's still a rookie at the end of the day, so we give him a tough time. But we know that he wants to go out there and work, and he wants to go out there and perform, and he wants to earn the trust, and he's been doing that.
Both 14 and 18 looked quite good against the Dolphins and honestly have looked quite good throughout training camp. Steph Diggs hasn't been here as long, but his impact has been felt immediately. His hands are elite. He truly catches everything thrown his way, and he was carving up the Miami defense. Antonio Williams, as his reps continue to stack up, you see why he was drafted in the third round. You see why when Adam Peters had his choice of a number of wide receivers in that third round, he went with Williams. He just has this slippery ability to escape from coverages that I think will continue to show more and more over the course of the season. Now, listen, speaking of the course of the season, Washington did get dealt a major blow last week when star left tackle Laremy Tunsil went down with a torn tricep. It's going to require surgery. He's going to be out for months. I think the earliest we'd be talking about a Tunsil return might be around Thanksgiving, and that's if it happens at all this year. the players understand what losing a player like LT means.
You can't replace LT. LT is one of one, but I got confidence in BC and next man up mentality. So I trust all my teammates to go out there and perform and, do their job.
I think it's the on-field portion speaks for itself. This is a great player. The off-field portion is also significant, and just because of his connection, with his teammates and how he interacts with them. So, like I said, on and off the field, this is significant for us.
On the field, what is it that you lose the most with him?
I think obviously just the skill and pass protection of where he's at. He's in fantastic shape. He is really on the top of his game right now. So both in the run and pass, this is an equally strong player, and so it's a big deal.
It's tough, man. Lead dog in the room. Guy that leads by example, man, every day. How his process is, man. It's tough to see a guy to put all that work in, man, go down like that. But he's a stud, man. I'm pretty sure he's going to tag rehab, and he'll probably be back sooner than he's supposed to be.
Absolutely devastating. One of the cornerstones of the team. We're praying for him. He's an absolute warrior, and we know he's going to get through this and come back even stronger.
Undeniably bad news to lose Laremy Tunsil. That's indisputed, right? But at the same time, it's mid-August, and Washington still has a full season to play. That means Brandon Coleman will step in at left tackle. Remember, back in 2024, Brandon Coleman, then a rookie, played a ton at left tackle, and that team did pretty well. I think Coleman has improved from that rookie season. This is a huge opportunity for him, and the coaching staff, the players, they believe in BC.
Brandon Coleman will shift back out to left tackle. He's played a lot of winning football at left tackle here, and we know that he's ready for it. He's put in an excellent offseason, and the team is very confident in him.
I kind of prep for it. You never know what happens. And I even took some tackle sets during the summer. Just, it's like you always want to be ready. It's kind of keeping it in your system, keeping the memory fresh, the muscle memory. So not being able to come out here, I'm able to jump right back in where I left off week 18 and kind of just practice what I was working on and getting comfortable.
He is one of the best players I've ever been around. He's extremely versatile, extremely athletic, extremely talented overall, and it's something he's done before, as everyone knows, in 2024, and I know he's going to step up to this challenge and be even better than he was before.
You see how he moves, very athletic, super strong, and so shouldn't be too much of a transition for him, man. He did it for a whole year, 24, and so he'll be good to go.
You've seen a young man grow here, right? From having to play all those starts his rookie year and different experiences last year, and us sharing, with him that he was going to be the left tackle, and him lighting up, eager for the opportunity to go after this thing. I think he has demonstrated everything that we're looking for to protect that side for us.
Dan Quinn was asked if last year's first-round rookie pick, tackle Josh Conerly, might move over to the left side. Quinn was quick to shut that down. He said Conerly's really showing growth and improvement on the right tackle. We want to keep him on that side and see how far he can go. Thus, Brandon Coleman is going to be your left tackle. Also important to note, because we made a lot of mentions about this, that Josh Conerly went down to Alabama during the offseason to work out with Laremy Tunsil. Brandon Coleman was there too. So he learned a lot from Laremy Tunsil, both how to take care of his body, come into training camp in great shape, and maybe some of that technique at left tackle. I do want to keep it moving now. You heard a little bit there from David Blau. Let's get to what they're saying. You've got two new coordinators in Washington, and they've got a lot to figure out. Let's start with David Blau talking about Jayden Daniels and the offense.
He hasn't missed a beat. We track everything. We've tracked every throw he's made over the last 3 years. So we have metrics to measure all of those statistics. And he's as accurate as he's ever been. He's completed as many passes as he ever has. And it's just a testament to asking him to do something different and him wanting to grow and evolve. And that's what this is all about for our whole group. The version you see here won't be the same version of this offense you see next year. And to, everywhere you go, and we just will continue to evolve. So I'm proud of him, the work he's put into it up until this point, and he hasn't missed a beat.
Life is about evolving, life is about growth, and certainly this offense under David Blau is going to look way different than it did under Cliff Kingsbury. Even going to the Miami joint practices, you saw Jayden Daniels running bootlegs. You see a ton of motion and shifts. You see more tight ends on the field. And perhaps most importantly, you see Jayden Daniels up under center significantly more than he was ever doing for Cliff Kingsbury. But even with Kingsbury, the offense was pretty good. What about the task in front of Durante Jones? The new defensive coordinator is coming in, completely overhauling Washington's defense from last year when they were really bad. It's a big job, but Jones seems up for the challenge.
Oh, yeah. I mean, our offense is doing a great job, giving us a lot of shifts in motion, and we try to stress to our players just defensively, football 101, motion causes emotion. And so all that is trying to get the defense to kind of get rattled, get nervous. But if we just understand that motion causes emotion and our ability is to stay ahead of a call, that allows us to calm things down and be slower in our processing.
Listen, the Commanders' defense has a lot of motion. There's a lot going on. They're trying to keep up with that offense, certainly. But you can tell this Washington defense under Durante Jones wants to be the aggressor. There's a lot more blitzing. You're going to see more safeties on the field. We'll see if the results follow. But so far, the work through training camp has certainly been encouraging. Speaking of encouraging work, we talk about these joint practices, how in a lot of ways they've surpassed preseason games as far as importance, engaging where a team is as they prepare for the regular season. But not for all players. For some players, undrafted rookies, practice squad players, the preseason is vital to making the roster. And there was one great story last year in Jacoby Jones. It's a fun one, and Jacoby's ready for more preseason games. Let's get to what you missed.
That's one of the joys that you kind of get out of it. Like, you come and you practice, and it's practice. And so it's just like, it can kind of get mundane. So whenever you get that opportunity to kind of shine in the game and to go out there and make a big play, and then especially, for me, my first preseason, scoring a touchdown. And New England was my favorite team growing up. So, like, it was almost, like, surreal. I'm like, I caught the touchdown. I'm like, oh, my goodness, I just caught a touchdown. You know what I'm saying? So, like, man, it's just a blessing just to have the opportunity to do that, to be able to score, in that arena and that environment. It definitely lifted me up and gave me some more joy to be able to move and to be able to just execute throughout the rest of camp that year.
On Tom Brady night, too.
Yeah, come on, Brett. I'm, like, literally looking at him come out. I'm like, oh, my goodness, it's the GOAT. And so that was awesome, man. That was awesome.
As we gear up for the preseason, keep in mind how many stories like that, Jacoby Jones, other players that are going to get opportunities, what it does mean for them. Their families are watching, their friends are watching. There are a lot of cool stories to the NFL during this preseason calendar. When we get back, one guy that might not play in the preseason but has sure looked good, rookie linebacker Sonny Styles. I got to sit down and chat with him. I found it very insightful. Nobody go anywhere. It's all ears.
Tommy McFly here. Thank you for watching News 4. And as you know, we're always working for you, and that means finding new ways to deliver your news on your time, including our first and foremost newsletter, everything you need to know to get ready for your day, delivered every morning. Looking for a longer read? Try our Forefront newsletter, a deep dive into stories that'll save you money, keep you safe, even connect you to our community. And speaking of staying connected, let's talk about my favorite newsletter, The Weekend Scene. The Scene team and I curate the best things to do around town each weekend. They're uniquely cool and authentically DMV. Sent to your inbox every Wednesday. Signing up is free and easy. Check out NBCWashington.com/newsletters or scan that QR code. Enter your email, check the boxes of the newsletters you want to receive, and just like that, you've got mail. One more way News 4 is working for you.
You rely on us to get the forecast right.
That's what we do.
That's working for you. And now it's official.
Storm Team 4 is honored to be Weather Rate certified most accurate in the DMV.
That's right. An independent company crunched the numbers. And we came out on top.
So when we say rain, grab that umbrella. When we say sun, make those plans.
Trust the team that gets it right for you. Storm Team 4, certified most accurate and always working for you.
Hey, I'm Jumio Labonte.
And I'm Tony Perkins, and every day on News 4 Today, we're working for you.
Chuck Bell tells you what to wear. Melissa Millay helps you get there.
And Millette Green shows you good news happening in our community.
Don't we love that? Start your day with a smile.
With News 4 Today.
It's a get up, go today, new day, working for you, day. News 4 Today.
This is All Ears with JP Finlay.
Appreciate Sonny Styles making time for us. First round pick, number 7 overall. How's training camp going, man?
Great. Excited to get out here. Be out with the guys, putting in work, getting better. Putting the pads on, getting physical. Just can't wait for the season to come.
What was the first play in pads? Was a goal line drill, and you just blew it up. What'd you see? What was that like?
Yeah, I mean the front 7 in front of me, those guys, they ate up all the blocks. Nice little free run through, just run through and hit it.
I wanted to ask you about the visualization. We've watched you come out to practice a number of mornings, and it seems like every day you take a moment to collect your thoughts, prayer. I'm not sure exactly what that is. Can you take us through it?
Yeah, every time I come out here, I kind of just give thanks. I like to pray to Jesus, protect the guys on the field, protect me, cover our hearts, our minds, our souls. And after that, obviously you finish the prayer, but then it's kind of just the moment to be present at practice and just get to work.
Have you always been that thoughtful? I mean, you're a young man.
I think it's kind of something I started doing at Ohio State. We were super big in our faith there. You've seen it with multiple guys on our team, and it kind of helped me build a routine of just giving thanks every time I go on the field, when I come back from the field, just giving thanks at all time. Thankful to just be out here playing this game.
I don't know if you heard this. Steph Diggs just signed, obviously, and one of his comments stuck with me from his press availability. Said, "Gratitude eliminates entitlement." Have you heard that before? Is that something you try to walk?
I've heard something like that before, yeah. When I was at Ohio State, Coach Patricia, he said one of the foundations of our defense was gratitude. Gratitude for each other, gratitude for the game. I think when you're thankful for what you're doing, when you get out here, it's I get to, not I have to.
Yeah, absolutely. I try to remind myself of that, especially in these hot, 2.5-hour practices. How do you like the defense?
Great. Yeah, I think Coach Durante, he does an awesome job. I think we're going to be flying around, having fun. I think we're going to have a lot of different looks, a lot of different guys making plays.
It's pretty clear Coach Norton thinks highly of you. What's that relationship like?
Awesome. Coach Norton's the best. Obviously he's coached a lot of great players. He was a great player himself. So he's coaching me hard. He's going to get the best out of me, and I'm going to give him everything I got. Max effort every day, and just trying to take in information from the other guys in the room too, like Frankie and Leo and everyone else.
How are those relationships going with Frankie and Leo?
Good. They're obviously some guys who've been playing for quite some time. Leo's won a Super Bowl. Frankie's been playing at a high level for years now. So I'm just trying to soak in all the information from those guys.
Frankie's cool too.
Yeah, Frankie's awesome. Yeah, he's a great dude.
And then what's it like going up against Jayden in practice?
Oh, he's awesome. Yeah, he's a great player. The ball's always coming out on time, precise throws. Just when you think you're there, he puts it, low and away or high and inside, whatever it may be, put it in the perfect spot. So he's really going to make you work as a defender.
DQ had a great line talking about Jayden the other day. He said, that ball placement, that's not luck. And I think a lot of times people don't realize how hard that is. How acclimated to the DMV are you now?
It's been cool. Obviously just focused on balls. I haven't gone around too much. I checked out DC a little bit, but really just been around here in Ashburn.
Are you getting spotted all the time? Are people going nuts?
It's not too bad. I don't mind seeing fans. They love us, we love them, so it's no worries.
Well, and playing at such a high level in college kind of probably prepares you for some of this, right?
Yeah, obviously we had a lot of fans at Ohio State all over, no matter where you went. So it's similar here. So many fans, in the airports, wherever it may be. But, you appreciate those fans.
Impressive young man right there, poised to do some big things for the Burgundy and Gold on the field this fall. When we come back, it's mailbag time. You get to drive the show. Nobody go anywhere. It's All Ears. We are back, and it's mailbag time. This is my favorite segment every week because you guys get to drive the show. It's simple. I ask for questions. You ask them. We try to answer them. Sometimes they get weird. Let's see how they go this evening. Where are we going? Starting with Tyrese Henry. I hope I'm saying that correct. Coach Henry, I can say that. What position group are you most confident in right now? Great question, Coach. I got to say, the receiver position group, since they've added Stefon Diggs, I think you can go 8 deep with real NFL wide receivers. I mean, you've obviously got Terry and Diggs, Antonio Williams, Burks, but then you get to that Jalen Lane, Luke McCaffrey, De'Ami Brown, Van Jefferson. There is a lot to like from that entire group. You never know if injuries are going to play a role before we get to roster cuts, but I like the receiver room now. I also really like the tight end room. I think with John Bates on the shelf for a couple of weeks, we're really seeing what Ben Sinnott, Colson Yankoff, Lawrence Cager can do, and the D-line looks like it's got real depth. This young man, Joshua Josephs, the 5th-round pick out of Tennessee, continues to turn heads in camp, and you know about some of the bigger names. So I'd give you those 3 position groups. Oh, and quarterback. Does quarterback count? Quarterback. Blessed in the DMV. DMV blessed. If we stay healthy by the end of the season, where do you see the defense ranking? Defensive rankings are really hard to figure out because you can look at yards or you can look at points surrendered, right? But I think what's most important is just that there's a significant jump from last year where this defense, no matter what the metric was bad. I think if they can get to the middle of the pack in the NFL would be a huge gain. But sometimes you wonder, you watch the speed of these linebackers, you watch the way the safeties come downhill and the pressure they're generating off the edges. I mean, maybe that defense could crack into a top half of the league, and I'm sure there are fans out there that want to say top 10. I don't know. We got to see it on the field, but certainly it's encouraging to watch right now. It'll got to be better than last year. It'd be hard to be worse. That would be the New York Jets. Commandante Tequila, my guy. Are we in a red alert still or in all green with the right personnel in position, edge, guard, center, and wide receiver? We just talked about the wide receiver position. I'm feeling pretty good there. The edge, I like their edge rushers. Oweh looks good. Kayvon Chason has looked good. Javonte Jean-Baptiste, like they're getting good reps from guys further down the roster that I've been pretty excited about. Guard and center is interesting because I don't believe the plan long-term can be that Julian Good-Jones is at center. I think Nick Allegretti's going to get back out on the field. I think things will start to look a little bit better. We'll get a more honest look once Allegretti's back at that center position. We have one more? All right, we have one more. This is from Longfellow. How catastrophic, this is mean here. How catastrophic was Chris Russell's fall at practice yesterday? For those uninformed, Chris Russell is a dear friend of the program. B. Mitch and Finlay and I, Brian Mitchell and I conducted an investigation. He fell in a divot that he claimed was very large. Our investigation revealed perhaps not that large. So I don't know. We love Chris Russell. We love the Rooster. Thoughts, prayers for a speedy recovery on twisting your ankle. I think he's going to be okay. Thank you for that question, Longfellow. Roost, blame Heather for that. I did not have that in the television show. Don't be mad at me. Be mad at Heather McDonough. We're coming right back with sound from the Secretary of State was at practice. I'm telling the truth. Nobody go anywhere. We're back, and we've got something uniquely Washington. Secretary of State Marco Rubio took in the Commanders-Dolphins joint practice. He grew up down in the Miami area, is a big Dolphins fan, and here's what I can say about the Secretary of State. He knows ball.
Well, I was going to come out anyway. The owner is a great guy, Josh, and we've gotten to know him, and so we're a big fan of this franchise here as well and the work they're doing. So to be able to catch a couple hours here in the morning, and then, I'm almost late for my next thing, so I got to get moving. But it was good. I'm glad to see real football at this level. I'm glad football's back. I mean, your quarterback is ready. I mean, he's mid-season form. You know what I mean? And the Dolphins are a rebuilding franchise, and you guys are a little further along in that development. But you got the quarterback situation, in play, and you got a number 2, a Mariota, who can go in and win games for you. So you're in a real good spot here. He hurt us at LSU, man. I'll tell you. I remember we were sitting at the Swamp, and this guy just, right down on us. And so I didn't like him that much. Now it's okay though. It's, I'm just glad he's not at LSU anymore.
Rubio's telling the truth. When Jayden Daniels was at LSU, they absolutely torched the Gators. Friday night preseason game. We'll be live after. Thanks for watching.